Hello everyone, and welcome back to yet another video where we showcase the upcoming games coming out, and this time we're doing it for April 2024. So first up we have Deceit 2 coming out April 3rd. Now although this is not a new game, Deceit 2 is now coming to the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. Now this online social deduction multiplayer horror game makes you ask the question, who can I trust? Now the roles range from trying to complete tasks to escape, or you may be tasked with deceiving other players, or even play a role of confusion and mayhem. Now the premise of the game seems like a good time, but overall it hasn't received a lot of positive reviews. Many players compare it to Deceit 1, which probably isn't fair as the game was pretty stellar. However, Deceit 2 is free to play, so might as well give it a go and see what you think.
And Alex, it's them! Give me the key!
Now next up is Children of the Sun, coming out April 9th for the PC, and this looks like a really cool third-person puzzle shooter. This game is being published by Devolver Digital, which has brought us some great titles over the years, so I expect this game to be top-notch. Now Children of the Sun has a really unique spin on the genre as you assume control of one bullet, which must be guided through challenging levels to kill, trigger traps, and reshape the environment. Now we have a single bullet to complete each level. Upon impact, the bullet can be re-aimed, curved around objects, and accelerated to make crucial shots. Now, the story we unfold will be dark and twisted as well as full of mystery as we combat the evil cult in an effort to kill the leader. Now, Children of the Sun looks outstanding and should be a really cool twist on a shooter game. Now, the game is also Steam Deck compatible. So next up we have Grounded, which has been out for some time, but is now getting a release for the PS4, PS5, and the Nintendo Switch coming up April 16th. Now the game has been available on Xbox Game Pass as well, and I can tell you firsthand, this is one fun-ass game. Now it may look simple on the outside, but it's very detailed with loads of crafting, unique gameplay mechanics, and a really fun questing storyline to unfold. Now the online co-op is so much fun, as my son and I have had a blast playing through this one. When thinking about Grounded, think about Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, for those of us old enough to remember that. That's about the best way to think about this game. So we are tiny, and of course all the bugs and spiders are much bigger than we are. Now, the game offers up loads of weapons and armor suits made from various items laying about the yard, bonuses and perks to be gained, and many different areas to explore, from the ground floor, to the trees, to the ponds, the sandbox, and pretty much everything in between. Now Grounded is fun for all ages, and this is one that I will highly recommend, and now players on basically every device can enjoy this unique survival adventure game.
To go big or never go home.
Now up next is a beautiful looking 3D platformer called Europa, coming out April 16th for the PC. Now this very unique indie game does have a demo on Steam right now, so definitely go give it a look if you're looking for a peaceful adventure exploration game. Now in this game we can run and glide and fly across the terraformed landscape to solve mysteries and discover the story of the last human alive. Now the visuals look great, the gameplay looks like a lot of fun, and the story is an intimate tale about growing up and humanity's relationship with nature. So if you're looking for a comforting, laid-back game, check this one out, coming out April 16th.
The child deserves. By sending you ahead, I'm staking my heart on the future.
Now next on the list we have a story-rich JRPG called Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, coming out April 23rd for the PS5, Xbox One and Series X and S, the PC, and the Nintendo Switch. Now in this epic tale, we get to lead over 100 playable characters through a war-torn world that only we can save. Now this JRPG has a very classic look and feel to it, but looks like such an incredible adventure and a really great addition to the genre. The pixel art characters will be set within some outstanding looking 3D landscapes. Now each playable character will also contain their own abilities and special attacks to go along with powerful hero combos. Now in war mode, we can control massive battles and oversee the battlefield to strategize and adjust our units as needed. Now, after a massive battle, we can get some well-needed rest at our home, which can be upgraded and changed, and also has all sorts of mini-games to enjoy. This looks like one promising JRPG, and don't forget to check out its predecessor, Eiyuden Chronicle Rising, that released back in 2022.
Featuring nostalgic pixel art characters, set against the backdrop of vibrant 3D landscapes.
Now this upcoming Metroidvania, from developer Surgent Studios and published by Electronic Arts, is titled Tales of Kenzera Zao. This game will be released on April 23rd for the PS5 and the PC, and does have a demo out right now on Steam, and has some of the best gameplay and combat that I've experienced with a Metroidvania. Now the gameplay mechanics are also top notch in this game, and I am very impressed. This single player adventure puts us as the protagonist, who is a warrior shaman. Now, we must wield cosmic powers to defeat our enemies, as well as manipulate time and the environment to complete puzzles. And we must journey through the beautiful 2.5D world, fighting, leaping, and gliding our way to unravel the thrilling and emotional story based on rich myths of Bantu cultures. Now, I highly recommend giving this demo a play on Steam, as this title is a solid addition to the Metroidvania genre.
But taught you well. The moon, the sun. I must embrace the dance. Just power. Bamba stone. Harness the energies out.
So the next title doesn't need much introduction, but those of us that are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans are getting a new 4-player co-op game based on the ever-popular arcade game that came out in 2017. And the game, of course, is Wrath of the Mutants, and it's coming out for pretty much every console in the PC. Wrath of the Mutants will bring us the combat and experience we know and love, while introducing us with some new stuff along the way. Now, the game will also be voiced by the voice actors from the show, which is pretty awesome. Now, in addition to the 6 stages and 13 boss fights from the original arcade, the game also brings us an additional 3 stages and 6 new boss battles. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this one will be playable on the PS4 and 5, Xbox One, X and S, the Switch, and the PC.
Baxter Stockman.
Now up next we have a very popular JRPG series from Square Enix that is getting a new standalone entry called SaGa Emerald Beyond. It's coming out April 25th for the PS4, PS5, the PC, and the Switch. Emerald Beyond will have us leading 6 very unique characters across a story with many branching plots, as our choices will directly affect the experience. Now the beautiful and vibrant world we get to explore is also ever-changing, allowing players to visit new possibilities with each playthrough. Now the dev team tells us that the new combat system adds more drama than ever before, allowing players to support party members, interrupt enemy attacks, and use united attacks by strategically manipulating the order of ally actions. Now the characters that join us on our journey, the weapons that we wield, our overall party formation, and the tactics that we use will be completely up to us. So be sure to check out Emerald Beyond, as it brings together the best elements of the SaGa series. Now in the second game from developer and publisher Aggro Crab comes a really unique 3D platformer called Another Crab's Treasure, coming out April 25th for the Switch and the PC. Now this Souls-like adventure is set in an underwater world. We play as a hermit crab wearing whatever we can find as a shell in hopes of one day getting our repossessed shell back. Now we must battle our way through kelp forests, coral reefs, sand castle cities, with the powerful mantis punch and different techniques we learn along the way from different denizens of the sea. Now, this challenging game is made with the hardcore fans in mind, but also comes with assist options for those that just want to enjoy the experience. Now this game looks like a lot of fun, and I like the idea that it's a Souls-like experience, so look for Another Crab's Treasure coming up April 25th.
I hope you know what you just dove into, kid. See you in the open ocean, treasure hunters.
Now up next is a third-person PS5 release called Stellar Blade, coming out April 26th. So basically, humanity is driven from the Earth after losing a war to alien invaders. The main protagonist, Eve, is deployed with her squad back to Earth to attempt to reclaim the planet. Now upon reaching Earth, Eve finds humanity's last surviving city, which will eventually help Eve further her mission to save mankind. Now the combat in this game is pretty unique and has many parts. We must focus on watching our enemies' attack patterns and learn to counter them at the right time. Eve has a gauge which is filled by parrying and evading attacks and is spent using abilities. She also has a burst gauge which fills by successive parries and combos used to activate buffs and powerful attacks. Stellar Blade looks like a fantastic exclusive for PlayStation, and folks can get their hands on this one at the end of April.
This place has been overrun by Nativas and malfunctioning machines and robots.
Now next up we have a medieval strategy game with in-depth city building, large-scale battles, and a very complex economic setup. Now the game is called Manor Lords, coming out April 26th for the PC. Manor Lords is being brought to us by the publishing team of Hooded Horse, which has published some fantastic titles over the years on Steam. Now, Manor Lords prioritizes historical accuracy when possible with their visuals and gameplay mechanics. Now the city building portion will use the lay of the land in regards to resources, so soil fertility for farming, forest for wood, and so on. We must assign areas for residential, commercial, and industrial districts to utilize the area correctly as we grow our populace. Now resources will be very important in the game and we must manage them accordingly. We can sell surplus goods, set up trade routes, hire mercenaries for the army, and unlock technologies for updated products, tools, and industries. Now medieval warfare is also a big part of the game with the ability to train warriors, set up your town militia to police the areas, develop diplomacy with other lords, and of course take control of real-time tactical battles that are affected by fatigue, weather conditions, and equipment. Now Manor Lords looks like a very extensive strategy game that will be a strong addition to the genre. Now next is not a new game here either, but finally Sea of Thieves is coming out for the PS5 on April 30th. Sea of Thieves is an outstanding game that can now be enjoyed on Xbox Game Pass as well as the PC. This is one really strong multiplayer game with of course an emphasis on being a pirate and everything that goes with that. PS5 owners will now get to explore the environments and seas, battle it out with some really fun ship battles, and become a pirate legend. Now Skull and Bones seem to miss the mark for many, and for me as well, but Sea of Thieves has been around for a while and is a really great experience, especially with multiplayer and friends to join in. Now last but certainly not least, we have an upcoming action RPG from Bandai Namco that looks like a damn great game with some really awesome visuals. Now, the game is called Sandland, coming out April 26th for the PS4 and 5, the PC, and the Xbox Series 1 and X and S. Now, this game was created by none other than the great Akira Toriyama. His work on Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Quest, Chrono Trigger, and so many other projects will live on forever. So thank you for the memories and for leaving us with another fantastic game to remember you by. Now, Sandland is one of those games that looks like such a fun adventure just from watching the initial trailer. The story places us in a desert where humans and demons alike suffer from the shortage of water. We must take control of the main character, Beelzebub, and learn how to control his powers and lead our misfit company to explore Sandland. Now to go along with Beelzebub's powers, we can also create some really unique vehicles that can be leveled up with weapons and engines, suspension systems, and so much more. Now the world we get to explore looks so vibrant and beautiful, with all different areas to uncover, all while we work our way to reach the spring. Now Sandland is yet another action RPG coming out this year, but I feel like this game is plenty unique enough to offer up something different. Well, that's the roundup for April, guys. I know there are other titles out there that I may have missed, but I'm just trying to cover a few across all the genres and the more popular titles. Now I hope this list provides you something new to play and look forward to, as I'm sure I'll certainly be adding more titles to my backlog as well. Have a great rest of your day.